working their way through Speedway top 4.
Two of these guys, that traffic certainly caught out Michael Cooper, but it gave an opportunity for Daniel Morad, who just jumped Jensen Altzman on that restart. And look at that Hornet's Nest mid-pack. It's 3-4 wide.
Out of spin, yeah. Turner Motorsport BMW. I thought one had gone at a peculiar angle, very quickly to 45 degrees. Pushed into the slide. As now Johnson versus Halen. We've been here before, and if the two of them start to go door banging, then that will bring Michael Cooper back into the mixture. But it's not been the ideal start for the McLaren, sitting in third position purely because it was parked behind some of the other traffic that was not on the lead lap. Daniel Morad maybe dropping away in the Mercedes number 57 for Windward Racing. And yes, Jensen Altzman back at the wheel of the number 13 dark blue and black Mustang in 5th place.
One fairly significant penalty, car 19, that's Greg Leofouge, Stephen Cameron Racing, improper pit protocol, drive-through penalty.
Here's the change, Halen on the brakes into the Le Mans chicane, but can the Mustang fight back? No, it can't. And the McLaren may have an opportunity to draw level into 2nd position as well. That was far from the cleanest line through the chicane on the backstretch for Billy Johnson, but here he comes on the fight back, and the Mercedes is not out of this, you know, for Daniel Morad. He almost sneaked underneath the McLaren, surely not 3 away. Daniel Morad just lying up bravery there and just getting everything out of that package possible to move through it. Michael Cooper just having to give best there, but wow, it's so tight. But for Jan Halen in the lead, what a move into the Le Mans chicane. My Michelin moment of the race so far. You guys keep fighting, I'm going to escape. Locked the inside though on the moves, and Halen was right on the edge of track limits, but he did get it done between the white lines and made the move stick. And for Halen, this is his opportunity. He's got to try and make a breakaway now while Billy Johnson is held up with the car behind.
How he made that pass at that angle into the Le Mans chicane and then still got the jump out of the exit. That is amazing stuff from Jan Halen, the Belgian veteran who now lives here in Florida, showing off all of those decades of experience.
Yeah, it's all the secret, sneaky lines through areas like the Le Mans chicane, but as you go into that part of the track, it's such an oblique angle, and they benefited from it because the Mustang was straddling for grid way off the line, and I did think that was the chance for McLaren, which incidentally is back into 3rd position.
Keeping Daniel Morad honest. Daniel really opportunistic on the restart to get to 3rd, but again we see that Mercedes just struggling in a straight line relative to the competition. Just doesn't feel like he has much to fight with, and that said, he's still going to take the fight to the Mustang as best as he can. This is where he excel, but whether he can actually find a way now.
the Porsche there of for CSM, Morgan Burkhardt, Gordon Scully, Robert McGuinness. They could have been in the fight for this race. They had the pace, it's just not gone their way at all. But who is going to come out on top? Is that move there from Jan Halen, has that been enough to win this race? It's way too early to say, but that is one of the best moves we'll see all year, I'm sure.
That's 100 laps completed now. We would have done an awful lot more had we not had all those cautions in the opening half of the race, but the sector times are really coming down now, Ryan.
All three of these cars are putting in personal best sectors. Michael Cooper, who we ride on board with, just did the overall best middle sector to try and...
Would dearly like to be in amongst this fight as well, but he is just fading a little bit in that number 13 Mustang, 4th place, trying to hold off Daniel Morad's charging AMG. They're absolutely together, just a few feet behind. So it's as well. So it's 3 for the lead, and then another trio for 4th, 5th, and 6th. Back up onto the highway.
There's a very similar battle going on in TCR. In fact, there's even teammates. The number 76, the sleeper of this race. Talk about snakes in the grass. There was another snake in the grass. The number 76 of Denis Dupont ahead of the 33 car of Mark Wilkins, which was driven amazingly well by Bryson Morris in the opening stint. Looked like they had the race in the pocket, and all of a sudden the 76 just forged forward. Well, how do you handle that? Two cars in the same team, same manufacturer. Oh,
who do you hope wins, Justin?
Yeah. Who's your favourite this early on in the season? It's just best to clean up as many points as possible.
Absolutely remarkable. Michael Cooper's throwing everything at it. He's not going to go to bed tonight thinking, oh, what have I done this? What have I done that? He's doing everything in his power to try and bring that McLaren to the front. He's got a good run out of turn 6 and he's right on the quarter panel of Billy Johnson. Here comes Michael Cooper. Billy Johnson gives him plenty of room. In fact, I think Billy Johnson thinking I'm going to tuck in behind, but then it's side draft time. Now as Billy Johnson gets the Mustang side draft.
Just wasn't a very clean run for Johnson. He smacked the curbs a couple of times and it meant that the 4 tyres of the Mustang at the same point. Later on the brakes, surely the McLaren's going to get the spot and does, up the second position into the Le Mans chicane. So that's half the job done. Problem is, in that process, they've lost a lot of ground to Jan Halen's Cayman now. He was licking his lips, thinking, you just stay side by side for as long as possible and give me the lead with less than 15 minutes to go. The McLaren's looked rapid to this point.
took 0.3 of a second in that opening sector. Amazing as they come up to the timing point for sector 2, which is just before the Le Mans chicane. I'll tell you what, for Billy Johnson in that Mustang, he must not really like the Le Mans chicane right now, because he's been passed twice into there. I know that's the Le Mans chicane, and then he's had 2 European cars duff him up. He's where I think I don't think we're giving too much, we're being too neighbourly, too welcoming here as both the Porsche Tell you what, Michael Cooper again, he said another absolute best in sector 2. He hurling, he's taking another 10th out of race leader Jan Halen. This McLaren Artura of Michael Cooper, he's well in the mix.
For company, Mark Wilkins. Want to be keeping things neat and tidy.
But he did also say, I'm very happy how things are going. It's okay, with things to get going, it's okay, but I know what you mean. Yeah. He was sort of like, yeah, that wasn't ideal, but we're still in good shape. I think Michael Cooper right now, 0.3 of a second he pulled out of Halen in sector 1. That's basically the exit of the international horseshoe from the start finish line. It's not that long, and he's taken 0.3 of a second. Jan Halen is going to have to he's got relying on all that experience, that Rolex 24-hour winning experience to hold off Michael Cooper
catching him
in that, and there was another 1/10 of a second in the favour of Cooper in the second sector. Both of these drivers
exceedingly well, and John, he is there now. He is on the attack.
Still nothing between them, and still emitting quite a bit of smoke from both cars, but they've made it this far with great speed. 0.4 of a second separate DuPont from Wilkins.
Yeah. You know, at the beginning of this race, how we promised it was going to be a thriller and a cliffhanger, and people think, yeah, commentators, you guys hand out those podcasts. These cars, these drivers, these teams have put on a show. 2 Hyundai drivers, 2 young Hyundai Works drivers going toe-to-toe TCR, and 2
Trying to outside line now. Just less than 7 minutes to go. Quite as good as the McLaren, but car positioning is good. So it is still the 78 car in front, heading to the International Horseshoe. Dennis Dupont under quite a bit of pressure again from Mark Wilkins.
Dupont, originally from Belgium, now lives in Quebec, in Canada. Not a full-time racing driver, has a job in finance, actually. But last year, he and Preston Brown put in a really good season. Got the points for a time in the TCR class. He's got to fight to hang on to the lead here if he's going to deliver the first win for Brian Wood Autosport at Daytona. They went 1-2 as they stand.
I think it will certainly be it's very much in their on the high banks. The Porsche RS1 just got that ever so slight edge. Driving the overlap on Hayden's been doing this for a lot of the race.
This entire stint, these two cars are still pulling away from the rest of the pack, even running a compromised line. That is the experience of Jan Heylen in these situations. And you know, you brought up the fact he kept Billy Johnson at bay for a good chunk earlier in this race. That just builds the confidence. You know you can do it. You know what you need to do. And now it's just about doing that a couple more times here as the clock winds down.
Out of the Mr. Horseshoe. so quickly as this lead change happened. The Luby rank numbers haven't quite caught up yet on the side of the McLaren. They'll do that at the line, but it was all about then this run, well, not over the curves, just a touch right and away from the apex right.
With 2 laps to go has taken McLaren to the front of the field.
Is that our Michelin moment of the race? I think whoever comes out on top, whatever the move for the lead is, that's going to
of the race. So one Michelin moment of the race in the bag for GS, and I think that decision towards the end of the final pit stop. 2 to go, remember. That was the right flag is displayed.
So after we thought Billy Johnson was potentially one of the favourites for the race and faded in this last part of the race, what a performance it's been though. But can Michael Cooper hang on for half a lap more? Can he hold the uphill on the day? And McLaren shut the back on the restart. The 2025 Michelin Pilot Challenge, the BMW is surely going to be won by McLaren and by accelerating performance after a terrific drive from Michael Cooper. The opening couple of stints, the TCRs are continuing to fight. There's a late plan here to switch things around for Mark Wilkins, but he's too far away as they come out of turn 6.
Exercising some demons too for this team. They have come here with strong cars year after year, just haven't had the luck. But that changes this year.